Hi, I'm Greg Clancy, and welcome back to the Vocal Majority series on gratitude. I joined the chorus as a 12-year-old boy, so I have a special place in my heart for the young men that are singing with us now. We have guys from middle school, high school, and college, and you're going to hear from a few of them right now. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Ben Cantrell. I'm one of the young guys here in the Vocal Majority. I just finished my first year of college studying music education at Baylor. I wanted to share just a good conversation about how these other young guys here in the chorus are grateful. So let's go ahead and start and introduce each other from the end over there.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm going into the 11th grade.
Hi, I'm Isaiah, and I'm going into the 9th grade.
Hello, I'm Kellum, and I'm going into the 12th grade.
Hello, I'm Sean. I just graduated from high school.
Hello, I'm Micah. I'm going to be a senior next year.
Hi, I'm Aiden, and I'll be going into my sophomore year next year.
Hi, I'm Spencer, and I'll be a senior next year.
In our time in school, we have some of the best music educators surrounding us, and really, at least from my personal experience, my love for music began in the public education system. So talk to me a little bit about how your musical experience in school has really fostered some character traits, some things about yourself that you wouldn't have developed if it were not for being in music in school.
I definitely became more social once I started doing musical type of activities. Some of my best friends are in the chorus, and also at school even are in choir and orchestra that I've known since 6th or 7th grade.
I think that choir is definitely a great way to make friends, because it's really good to get to know someone when you're singing with them. And that's why I'm really glad that Vocal Majority is really like a family, and we all know each other. The blend is crazy.
I was always a shy person, especially when I was little. As I've been going to concerts and had to perform at them, I've had to step past that shyness and be a little bit more courageous.
So when I discovered barbershop pretty much back in 9th grade, I was socially awkward a little bit, but who isn't in 9th grade really? But as soon as I got into the Vocal Majority, I kind of went straight out of my bubble, and I was able to communicate with people much easier and make so many more friends that I never thought I would be able to make. I've become a friendlier person, easier to talk to person because of the Vocal Majority, and I'm grateful that I'm here in this course.
I found a barbershop in the 9th grade as well. I remember we were sitting in choir class, and my teacher brought in a page from Classic Tags. I believe it was The Impossible Dream that we were doing. And I remember she called the style of music barbershop, and I could have sworn I didn't hear her correctly. I was like, what? They named a kind of music barbershop. But then over the next 2 years before I moved here, I just became obsessed with the art form. And so that's where I can trace all of this back to this love of barbershop, for how I was introduced to it in choir class in school.
I am still kind of socially awkward. I have a little hard time communicating with people. But ever since I knew Vocal Majority, I've started to grow socially, talking to everyone else in the choir. And like he said, we're all like one big family. And I've been talking with other young guys who have been going with the same problems like me. I've been going through some hard times in school, and figuring out that the Vocal Majority existed was one of the things that gave me a thing of hope that I can still have social interaction with everyone else.
In middle school, our choir teacher, he would show us videos of barbershop, and he would make little quartets with all of us, and he always drove us to be better. And so within my middle school choir, we were always driven to be better. And then when I eventually quit choir, that lack of anything to drive to be better drove me to the Vocal Majority.
All right, so we're all really aware of the power of music. There's some beautiful colors and emotions that music really draws out. It draws out the best in everybody, and I really do believe that. And so I want us to share, what about music are we the most grateful for? Music does a lot of things for us. It fulfills a lot of desires, and it just brings a lot of peace and joy to a lot of lives. So I want y'all to focus on that one thing that's so special to you about music.
I'm grateful that I get to do this with my dad. You can't do sports with your parents, but this is one thing that I can actually share with my dad, and I'm really grateful for that.
I think I'm grateful for just music in general, because it sort of follows me around. It keeps me sane in ways. If I'm deciding on something, I'll listen to music so I can really think about it.
Again, so like Spencer, my dad's also in the chorus, and I just really enjoy doing music with my dad as well. But also I like expressing myself, because music allows me to do that.
The complexities in barbershop is the complexity of the music and the chords and the structures behind it. It's so, I would say, mesmerizing. It can keep you, and it can make you have good feelings and make you happy, or it can make you feel the emotions that are actually trying to be conveyed in this song. And I'm grateful that there's actually a musical style out there that can actually do that can actually convey emotion and not feel like it's forced. So I'm grateful that there's an outlet that we can use to get our emotions out and just sing with our brothers in harmony.
What I'm most grateful for in music, and not necessarily just even like singing or barbershop, but just performing in general, I do a lot of theater, is the unique nature of the way it's a direct like conveying of emotions through these mediums. The nature of that and the relationships that fosters with the people you're working together with, it's just introduced me to some of the most influential people in my life. You know, not just, you know, people I can have a good time with, but people who have deeply affected the kind of person I am and the kind of person I want to be in the future. And so meeting those people through what they've described and how amazing this art form is what I'm most grateful for.
Well, what I'm most grateful for is because without music, what would we do without it? I mean, it's one of the greatest things that life has. And the greatest thing that I'm grateful for about music is that it actually gives us feelings. Like, if you hear sad music, you feel sad. Or if you feel intense music, you feel intense. And like Spencer and Micah, my dad is also in the choir. I'm just grateful that the vocal majority is using music in this really eventful way, because without it, me and my dad wouldn't really have anything to do together, because like you said, we can't do sports together or anything like that. So I'm just grateful for music in general.
I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to sing in the chorus with my dad and my brother, but on top of that, I'm grateful about how we can all go on a stage and stand in front of a bunch of people that we've never seen before and we may never see again, and we're able to tell them a story that they can take home and that can make an impact on their own lives, and that's really cool.
Thank you for listening in on our little conversation about how grateful we are to be in this chorus and be surrounded by this fine group of men in the vocal majority family.